All right, so you saw we got the hatch running. Well, it did. I haven't tried to start it again, so we'll probably try to see if it starts again. It was idling really high, but I'm sure it's a vacuum line or something, is bad. But I'm going to put a little bit of coolant down this hose so that the water pump at least has something to lubricate it. Again, I just got it running so that I could move it around. I've got to do some other repairs before we really get into getting it running, but at least now I can move it around. So that was the whole plan, is that get it starting, running, driving, so that I can move it around back. And then when I'm ready to work on it, just jump it, get back on it. Don't have to drag it anywhere. So it doesn't have any brakes, so that's another job. I'm going to have to fix the brakes on. I'm going to try and maybe pull this wagon back in, cut the converter off, and maybe swap the throttle body out. We'll see, but that's the plan, I think. So I poured a little coolant in that hose, and I've got a leak coming out the bottom, but it looks like from the block, maybe, which that's not a great sign. So I'm just going to grab a floor jack it up, see if I can tell where it's coming from. But there it is. See, it's coming out the bottom. Hopefully the block's not cracked, but it could be something like a freeze plug, which I've never had that problem before, but doesn't mean it doesn't happen. We're going to jack it up, see what we can see. I think we're just going to put it back on the lift so I can get a real good look at it, see if it's something I can fix fairly quickly. I can't think of what's down there, so that kind of worries me, that the block's maybe not any good. Because the only thing I can think is like the thermostat tube, like the seal's bad, or the seal on the other side of the water pump. Okay, so it is the thermostat tube. I'm trying to see how I can get you all to see it. Get some light on there somehow. Come on now. No. There we go. That is the thermostat tube, like goes from the water pump. Oh, that black tube right there. Looks like it's got a rust hole in it, so that's okay. We can handle that. But I just needed to make sure there was antifreeze in it so the water pump don't lock up. But good enough for now. And I forgot this axle's not even in here. It's a good thing I put it on the lift. I guess I can go ahead and try and put this axle in so I can move it around. That was the main thing, that thermostat thing. So I've never replaced one on the car before, so that'll be a fun experience, I think, but it may not be too bad. Just unbolt everything, but we can deal with that. It's the next day. I did get it to start last night again, like as soon as I cranked it, fired it up, so that's a good sign. It doesn't sound awful, so the low compression I was hearing, hopefully, is probably from like the rings just not seating, collapsed from sitting for so long. I'm looking now into how to replace that thermostat tube. I'm going to go to a block I've got sitting outside. We're going to go take a look. Y'all come with me and we'll take a look. So this is a B2 that had a rod knock. And that's where we're going to rob it from. It actually looks pretty simple. So I know this is just an O-ring. And it looks like there's two 10 millimeters. 1, 2, and then it should come out. So we're going to try that real quick. Of course, I've got to do the hoses on the car itself, but it looks pretty simple. Again, this is stuff I could be doing later because, like I said, I got it to run and it moves. I got the axle in last night, fixed axle studs, but it's still racked. So I felt like now's the time. Like, as well go ahead and do it now while it's in the air. So we're going to see. Pulling them coolant hoses are usually a chore because they've been on there for so long. So hopefully they come off easily. The heater hoses get a hole in them usually, so we'll see. So there's the hole in the tube. I believe, looks like it probably froze and busted. So at least that froze inside the block. So I got the new one on. There's the new one, well used, whatever. Got the hoses hooked up. We're going to pull it out, spray everything off. Spray the bay, I'm going to clean the car, spray everything. So I got her pulled out. We're going to take the pressure washer to it, clean all this stuff up. Then we'll park it for a little bit and get started on something else. So see if a lot of this flaking paint like that will come off. I think it should look pretty when it's wet anyway. Well, we washed most of the clear coat away, which is good, but the color's awful pretty. Braxton's cleaning his golf cart. Sprayed everything down. Now she's ready to go back. I got it for now. So we'll work on something else.